Right, we're back at it again. Good evening, by the way, it's me. Back at it. What we're making? Chicken supreme. Lazy chicken supreme. Why lazy, you're wondering? Because I'm starting a night shift in 3 hours and I've got to leave the house in. So lazy chicken supreme consists of your chicken, 2 cans of condensed soup, 1 chicken, 1 mushroom, can of sweet corn, pepper, onion. That is literally it. I think you could probably do this for less than £6, depending on where you get your ingredients. First of all, we're going to chop wet chicken. If you're anything like me and can't stand touching chicken or chopping chicken, it's easier to just use a pair of scissors. Touching chicken, it's easier to use a pair of scissors and just chop it. That's me chicken all chopped. Got a little dribble of oil in the pan. Let that oil heat up nice and hot. I'm only saying that because my pan is crap. It's quite big for me ring, so it takes a little while to heat up, but once it's hot, it's pretty hot. While we're waiting for that pan to heat up, we'll just chop the onion. Probably make my eyes sting again, but just make sure that's chopped up nice and small. Oh, missed a bit. Just pop the chicken in the pan. We'll get the chicken, the pepper chopped as well while we're on. It's nice and small again. That's me onion and me pepper chop. You can add like loads of different stuff to this. Like normally I add a red pepper as well, but I'm not tonight. I'm just adding green and I've got some sweet corn. In fact, I might add a little bit of red pepper. Yes, I'm going to add red. Might as well. Just half. Yeah. So me onion, me red and me green peppers. Chicken's cooking nicely. See, if I'm making this for myself, I would chop mushrooms as well and put mushrooms in it, but I'm not just making it for myself. So we are just going with mushroom soup. Still get the flavour, still a few lumps, but nobody in this house likes mushrooms. So missing out if you ask me, completely missing. Obviously put your salt and pepper in. That's cooking nicely, so I'm just going to add my veg in. Give it a good old mix. It smells lush already. We're going to attempt some more rice, but probably only a cup and a half this time. Wash, 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 wash. I consulted with my mum about my last rice video and she was like, Hannah, you need to strain it in a sieve. You put too much water in the pan with the rice. So we're straining it in a sieve. Put a little dribble of oil in my rice pan and we'll just open these soups. And this one. Sweet corn. I believe the trick is with condensed soup, when I empty the tin into the pan, I'll fill 1 can up with water and 1 can up with milk. Normally I would half and half the can, like half water, half milk, half, you know, calculate. I've just seen a lush little recipe on the back of this. Looks quite nice actually. Tuna and broccoli pasta bake. We might have to do that another. Anyways, not got time for that. Get your soups in the pan. And the mushroom. 1 can of water, 1 can of into the pan. And into the pan. Forgot I'd put the pan of oil on. Daft. Anyway, rice in. Give it a mix. Some salt in there. A little bit of pepper. Also, my mum told us that I should have used boiling water in my rice instead of cold water. So, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. I used a cup and a half of rice, so I'm using 3 cups. And I'm putting a vegetable stock cube in my rice this time instead of a chicken. Obviously mix all your sauce in. I forgot to do that bit before. Oops, but mix it all in. But I'm adding a chicken one to me, chicken supreme, and that'll just, oh look at that, bubbling away nice. So I've turned the heat on that down to 1. Just realised I forgot to put garlic in the chicken supreme. So we're going in late with a half a tablespoon of garlic puree. Get that all involved in there. Back at it with the tea towel and the lid to soak up the moisture. Also going to add a little sprinkling of parsley in. That's pitiful. That's coming out pitifully. That's a bit better. That's that. And we'll just get our sweet corn in there now as well. Look at that in all its colourful deliciousness. And of course it smells beautiful. Turning that down to 1, let it simmer. So that's been sitting on about 1 for about 15 minutes and it's looking splendid. Doesn't look sticky either. I'm going to put my rice into here to fluff it up a bit. Obviously stuck with the bottom. But it's not sticky in the bowl and it's just a little bit in the bottom. I think that's a stock cube that I put into beef. Quick little taste test on the rice. I really need to get a shower. I've got to leave in like 40 minutes. That's a lot better than the last time. So that's my rice done and my lovely lazy chicken supreme. And it's only taken us about, what, 40 minutes in total? Not bad. Quick shower done. Excuse the big blue tracksuit. I'm just going to dish it up quickly. I don't want a massive portion because obviously I'm going to work, but... Oh, nice. Get some of this lovely chicken on there. That is just stock cube. Yum, 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 yum. Obviously, we'll have to have our obligatory taste test. Is obligatory the right word? Anyway, taste test. It's got a little bit of everything. Oh,